G'day everyone. As the people that have been following me for a while know that I am actually quite a big Profoto user. I've actually got 3 B1s and also a number of the D1s in my studio as well. I've got 4 of those that I use in the studio, so I do use Profoto extensively. I noticed today that there's been a video just showed by Jana Williams, and I'll show you that in a minute, of the new Profoto B10 that's going to be announced, I believe, in around about 5 hours or something. I just checked on the Profoto website, so this has come before that, so it's interesting. She must have been permissioned to release it early. So I'm just going to show you through a couple of images of that and talk to you about that as well, because it looks like a really great product that Profoto are releasing, and I'd love to know your thoughts on it as well. So this is the video that was just shared. So it's Jana Williams, and I'll put her link to this to this YouTube video down below, so you can go and have a look at the video as soon as you've had a look at this and see the beautiful results that she's actually got from it. It's lovely. She's a wedding photographer, I think, from LA. And then basically, I saw this first announced on Sony Alpha Rumors here. I know there's been rumblings about what's actually going to be announced, and this is the light itself. And you can see it's got the usual zoom characteristics, and I'll show you the B1 that I use in a minute. But looking at the specifications, it's quite interesting. So it is very small, and it looks like it's probably about half the size of the B1s, but I'll show you the B1s in a minute, just so you can have a look at that light. It obviously is cordless as well. And it's got the power of 5 speed lights, so it's a 250 watt strobe here. It does use TTL and high speed sync, and it'll work obviously with all the major manufacturers out there. And looking at the compatibility, it says it's compatible with 120 Profoto light shaping tools. It also has this continuous light with adjustable brightness and color temperature. So that's something certainly different to what I have with the B1s. The B1s do have the continuous light, and it actually is more of an incandescent light that comes out of it, but this has color temperature, so you can balance it to your surroundings. Like I said, it's compatible with 120 Profoto light shaping tools, and it's also compatible with all the Air TTL remotes, and it has a connectivity with and control through the Profoto smartphone app. Now, I haven't seen that before, so that must be a new thing, that you're going to be able to control these through your actual iPhone as well. So that's going to be fantastic. Or smartphone, it'll probably be available on Android too. But basically, it's saying in here that, I'm just looking at the specifications, if I scroll down, maximum energy out of it is 250 watts. It's 10 stops. And it has 10-stop range from basically 1 up to 10. Continuous light is 2,500 lumens, so that gives you roughly around about 135 watt globe, if you wanted to sort of see what that is. And you've got 3,000 to 6,500 Kelvin, so you can balance this to daylight, or we go to your incandescent colors as well. It's got a CRA rating of 90 to 96. Battery capacity, I was having trouble saying it, up to 400 full power flashes, up to 75 minutes with maximum continuous light. So you can use this for 75 minutes if you're just using the continuous light itself, which is very good. And battery charging is up to 1.5 hours with the battery charger. The size down here, it's saying it's 175 by 150 by 110 millimeters. And I don't know if it says anything about the weight. No, it's not actually saying that in there, I don't think. No, I can't see that anywhere. But if we look at the actual light itself, so you can see from Jana's hands that it is really quite small here. It really is probably half the size of the one that I've got. Now, I'm not sure whether the battery's the same though, because it looks very similar to what I've got on my Profoto, so that'll be interesting. That'll be great if the batteries are all shared. It does take all your normal soft boxes and everything else that Profoto has out there, and you can zoom it in and out on here depending on what how you want the light to actually zoom, and that's great for things like your wide zoom reflectors and things like that. It does make a big difference in how the light's concentrated. The button on the back down here is interesting. That's what's different to the B1, so that's what you can control the color temperature, obviously, of the flashes as well. and it will work. It looks like probably this is your power rating, this is probably your color. Now it looks like, according to the specs there, that it will work with any of the air remotes that are out there, and you know, I have a couple of these. I've actually got a Nikon one and also a Sony one here that you can actually look at. Now you can tell the difference because on the back it will actually say whether it's Nikon. That says for Nikon. This one will obviously say that's for Sony. So you do need the correct one for what you're shooting with. So if you're shooting with Fuji, whatever you're shooting with, you will need the correct one, or Canon. They can fire in manual though. If you do want to use any of these on them and you want to actually shoot manual, you can shoot in manual with any of these. It's just that you can't go TTL or HSS. So you do need the actual correct remote if you want to go that way. I mean, this is the size of the B1 itself. So it looks like it probably is around about half the size of this light, looking at Jana's hands. So it is probably going to be half of this. But remember, I suppose this is a 500 watt light, whereas that one's only a 250 watt light. I mean, the B1s, just let me power this up. The B1s do have a modelling light, and you can see it is controllable if I turn it up. Let me just put this on to... So you can see here I can control it fully by turning it up and down. So it looks like it'll be quite powerful because this is the B1s. The latest version of the light has a slightly brighter, this was a 20 watt one, which is about 100 watt globe, somewhere around there. Those new lights have around about a probably 135 watt globe. So they are quite bright, but this one doesn't have the ability to change the color. So that really is a nice feature on that light, that you've got the same type of power, but you could balance to ambient light. So you could go warm or cooler, depending on what your ambient lighting was surrounding. It does take the same light modifiers as the normal Profoto. So if you've got all your light modifiers like I have, I've got stacks of them. They will use the same lights, so it's fantastic. So they've kept everything constant, which is really nice about how that works as well. So you don't have to change anything in that regard with the lighting as well. It looks like it's similar controls in the back, so they've kept that similar sort of build. Looks like it's the same type of quality. And things like that. So yeah, it'll be certainly something I'll be interested in looking at. Hopefully I'll be able to have a look at it very soon, and I'll let you know what I think about it. But the lightweight side will be great for weddings and things like that, where 250 watts may be enough power for you. So it's certainly going to be a lot lighter than carrying around the B1s. And it certainly has an advantage over the B2s, which have the lead that you have to carry around, and the battery pack as a separate thing. So it certainly is an advantage in that regard. And I think it'll be a really good seller. Now I know, look, people out there are going to say straight away, and you know, they're going to start commenting about just going out and get Godox. Guys, this isn't for you. If you're into Godox and that's what you want to shoot, you really shouldn't be just looking at this video anyway. Just move on. This is basically for Profoto users out there. And depending on the cost, they may, I'm not sure what this is going to be priced at. It might be very reasonably priced. They obviously can't price it up near where the B1s are, or the B1Xs are. So it's going to be interesting to see where they're actually priced this. But like I said, this is more high-ended. Yes, you get what you pay for. I know Godox will also give you similar results in lighting and flash, but I've used Profoto for years and I've never had an issue with them, never misfired. I've dropped them that many times I can't count it, and they always just keep working. So there you go. So if you are from, like I said, if you're interested in Profoto, and let me know what you think down below. I'd really be curious to know what you think about it. And I'll see you all again soon for the next video. Bye for now.